Some new details tonight as the Archbishop of Indianapolis is preparing for a big new role, one of the highest honors in the Catholic Church. Joseph Tobin is one of 17 people worldwide that Pope Francis has selected to now serve as a cardinal. He's one of 3 from the U.S., and Tobin tells us the appointment came as a bit of a shock, especially the way that he found out about it. RTV6's Katie Hines live outside St. Peter and Paul Cathedral downtown with the reaction. Katie.
Jason, Tobin found out on Twitter. He says he signed in first thing yesterday morning when he woke up, and he had a number of notifications. They were all mentions, people talking about him and his new role. To local Catholics we talked to and some of the staff closest to Cardinal designate Joseph Tobin, this election doesn't come as a surprise. Caleb Master is considering the priesthood and sees the appointment as affirmation he's on the right path.
It is just inspiring to see all these holy men here, and especially Archbishop Tobin, just to see how he is so receptive to God's call, and it makes me especially just feel better about responding to God's call for myself too.
Tobin's installation will happen a little more than a week after the election. We talked with him about the role of religion in politics, especially in this divisive landscape. Tobin says that for Catholics, faith should inform the decisions they make. During his 4 years in Indiana, he resettled a Syrian refugee family against Governor Pence's wishes, a decision he stands by.
Questions about the legality of the decision has been borne out in subsequent court decisions, first in the federal district court here in the state, and most recently in the Court of Appeals in Chicago.
He says with the new selections, he thinks Pope Francis is trying to represent a universality of the Catholic Church. As for the future of it, he sees the role of women changing.
I think he needs to maybe take the next step, which is a kind of he's talked about the need for a more incisive role of women in the decision-making in the church. We'll do it.
It's an idea that could take time for some local Catholics to get used to.
I think women should definitely have a voice, but specifically in terms of vocation, it's hard to change.
Tobin says he doesn't know if his responsibilities will change significantly in this new role. Of course, one of the biggest ones as a cardinal will be helping to elect a new pope, but he tells us that he does hope to stay right here in Indianapolis. Reporting live downtown, Katie Hines, RTV6.